Hello and welcome in today's episode of Uplifting Reality. Today, my guest is a writer. There is a passion and a need for her to create fantasies and beautiful stories. So let me introduce you to Eva Green. Eva, would you be able to tell us a few words about yourself, and when did you realize that you can write, you want to write, and you really enjoy writing?
Hi Sylvia. I've been writing ever since I remember, really. I think first I started when I was about 12 years old, and I was writing short stories for my younger cousin. Then as I grew up, I think as any teenage girl, I was thinking about, I was dreaming about a handsome knight who'd come and rescue me on a white horse. So I progressed into writing romance stories. I guess it was a way to escape from the bleak reality of post-communist Poland.
Storytelling is as old as mankind itself, so we always recorded our history, we always created and creating still new stories, fantasies, new words. And what do you think? What is your take on this? What do you think is more important in today's world?
Yes, I absolutely agree with that, Sylvia. I think writing is the greatest invention and achievement of humankind. It gives us a possibility to have insight in our past, and for the next generations to build on those achievements, to learn from them. Because my books are mainly fiction, you won't find any actual historic events in them. I write mainly for the pleasure of my readers, but I always try to do as much research as possible when I write. I think my readers deserve that from me.
Now I have quite a few questions for you all in once. Like, how did writing change your life and the life around you? Also, how do you get your creativity, your creative juices flowing? What inspires you? If you can put this into words. And also, what did you learn from writing? I suppose you are consciously, constantly evolving with this too.
As I said earlier, I started writing mainly for myself, and most of my creations ended up in a drawer. It's hard to say really how writing changed my life. I would say it was rather the other way round. I think life changed my writing a lot. Obviously, when I graduated from uni, I started a job, and then after a few years, I started a family. So that definitely affected the amount of time I had for writing. Um, my family definitely had to put up a lot with my writing. Whenever I started a book, I kind of disappeared into myself, and they had to just put up with it until I got it out of my system. Now I've got even less time, I would say. My children are grown up now, but I've got a 3-year-old granddaughter whom I babysit twice a week, and I also work longer hours now, so time is dear. I think my inspiration comes from everyday life, really. As I said, as we grow up, as we mature, we lose our innocence, call it naivety. So all our experiences naturally must affect our writing. So yes, as I said, I think that it's life more affecting my writing than the other way around. What I learned from writing, I definitely, throughout the last 30 years, learned that you have to be critical about it. When I look into my books that I wrote 20 years ago, I see a lot of discrepancies in them, a lot of mistakes. I think as we write, we get very excited about it. We know what is in our head, and we don't look from the reader's point of view. So I would say, yes, what I learned is always look back at what you've done, and try to put yourself in the position of a reader who doesn't really know where the story comes from. Also, my writing mostly explores human emotions, so I think I learned a lot about myself, really, about my own emotions, about human nature. I think everyone is different, and there is no set way or set of rules for everyone to write. Some people like to start with a set plan, kind of framework for their story. I think improvisation is in my nature, so I quite often compare my writing to being pregnant. I know it sounds funny. I just kind of wake up in the morning with an idea in my head, and then it just develops there. I kind of see flashes of scenes in my head, and then I try to come up with the plot that would join those scenes in a logical story. As I go, the characters become clearer and clearer in my head, but sometimes they seem to have the life of their own. It can get quite frustrating because sometimes they end up being who I didn't expect them to be, really.
Dear Eva, so at the moment you have 3 books available, so people can buy it as an ebook. Would you be able to tell us where can they reach you, or where can they buy your books if they are interested?
As you mentioned, Sylvia, my books span quite a few subgenres. They are all available on Amazon, on Kindle. Put chronologically, the first one would be The Arrow of Fate, which is a historical romance based in medieval Ireland. Then there is Hell is Paved with Good Intentions, which is a romance with a crime story plot based in San Francisco. And the third one is From the Shadows, which is a supernatural romance. That one is also available as a paperback. I've got one more story that is ready. The working title is I Left My Heart on Sirius. So as soon as I get the proper title and the cover, I will put this one on Amazon as well. You can reach me on my website and on my author page, which I guess we will put the link to in subtitles of this interview. I am also writing the next book. As I said earlier, it's a shifter story based in Vancouver. So yeah, as soon as that one is ready, it will be available to purchase as well.
Those books are all quite different. So, what makes you switch genre? What makes you switch timelines? And what makes you kind of switch topics, I would say? So, you are not one of those people who always writes a romantic book. There are more possibilities. And what makes you do that? If you could talk a bit about this, please.
As you say, Sylvia, my books are mostly romance books. Um, so that's definitely the link between them. I always try to show different emotions, to explore different emotions. So you won't just find love in my books. My characters will have different traumas in their life. You will find sometimes hate, sometimes desperation, sometimes grief. I always try to show how my characters became who they are. As you noticed, my books are based in different times and different places. I think I just subscribe to the motto that that variety is spice of life. Also, for someone who doesn't have a lot of time to travel, I think it gives me a chance to explore the world from my desk, so to say. As I said before, I always try to do as much research about places where my books are based. At the moment, I'm writing a shifter story based in Vancouver, so I've been watching quite a lot of films and documentaries about the city. I've been studying maps to find out how the region looks like. And as I said, it's a shifter story, so I also try to find out about different types of animals that live there, like cougars, hawks, falcons. So, yeah, I think it gives me a chance to learn new things, and that's what I like.
You writing, well, not writing, you are speaking two languages, Polish and English. Are you planning to write in both languages in the future?
As you say, I speak two languages, but I write mainly in English. I live in UK with my family, and I mainly write for an English-speaking audience. One of my books, Hell is Paved with Good Intentions, is also written in Polish, mainly for my non-English speaking family, so that they could get a taste of my writing. But because Amazon doesn't support this language on their platform, unfortunately, you can't get it in Polish there.
So Eva, I would like to thank you for spending this time with me, for spending this time with us, and for our viewers, I wish you a lovely day, and I see you shortly. Bye now. Bye.
Thank you, Sylvia, for giving me this opportunity to say a few words about myself and my books. I hope they will bring some pleasure and escape to anyone who decides to buy them. Thank you.